connect. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim. I'm walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim. Getting at it, Kate and Jim. I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim. Getting at it, Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Your perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Welcome back to Kate and Jimbo on Friday, the 2nd of May, the day after we put one foot in the final of the Europa League. Dare I say it? We beat Bodø Glimt 3-1. Should have been a cricket score, but hey, we've got a 2-goal cushion going into the second leg. So we will be delving into the depths of last night's performance, as well as some other Tottenham news as well. I'm joined, as always, by Jimbo, obviously, because the channel's called Kate and Jimbo. It'd be a bit weird if he wasn't there. Jimbo, how you doing?
I'm just giving you a like.
Oh, thanks.
I hope everybody else does as well. Yeah, I'm great. Look, good performance. Pity it wasn't 3-0 or 4-0, but if someone said at the beginning of the game, would you take 3-1, I would have took it. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I did say last night on the terrace, if someone had said you get a 2-goal cushion, I probably would have taken it. I think had the substitutions that were forced of Madders and Solanke not happened, I think we won comfortably. I don't think we concede. I think we'll probably score again, but we never know. It's all ifs, buts and monkey nuts. But before we start, let's have a look who's in the chat. We've got Just a Harmless Potato. Lovely to see you. Hope you are well. We've got Matt, who was giving it large to me on Twitter today because I happened to compare our European night with theirs, the atmosphere, the tifo, everything. We put the Gooners to shame. There is only one team in North London. Well, that's not true. There's two teams in North London. There's Tottenham and Tottenham Reserves. And I think we made that clear last night. We have got Paul G. Afternoon. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you, Paul. Daniel is here, said big up, obviously happy for the win, but we just gave them an invitation back into the tie in that last 10 minutes. Bodø, completely different animal at home, completely different animal. Yep, we all know that. I do. And of course, they'll have their 3 substitutions back and possibly their injuries, but we shall, let's just enjoy the win. We've got a week to go.
What is going on? What is going on?
What's happening?
We're talking Tottenham Hotspur against Bodø Glimt. I don't give a shit what their record is at home, right? We're a much better team than them. We showed that last night. What do you think we're gonna go to Bodø Glimt and all of a sudden they're gonna be Real Madrid? No.
Don't forget they will have 8,200 fans behind them.
I mean, I don't know why everybody's saying that goal's let them back in the tie. Hasn't let no one back in the tie. We'll go there and we'll win. Simple as
There we
that.
go. You've heard it from Jimbo. It must be true. We've got Hotspur Sam. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Not seen you for a while. Good to see you. Beyond 72 says fans did a great job last night. Toxic fans like Arsenal.
Yes. Let me have a say about that, Kate.
Go on.
We've heard them singing like songs, people out of the club and all that. But last night they put everything aside. Maybe not Levy, because I did hear them singing about Levy.
Did you?
They put everything. What?
Did you hear him singing Levy out?
Yeah, they were singing the Levy and Kulu song.
Right.
They put everything aside and they got behind Ange Postecoglou last night, which is massive in games like that. So big up to them fans.
Yeah, I agree. I think everybody put their agendas aside and came together. And it was a magnificent sight because 99% or maybe 95% of the Tottenham fans got the memo and dressed all in white. And what a sight it was to see the stadium all white, apart from that tiny little yellow section. And then, of course, the tifo was magnificent. It made me so proud to watch the fans last night. I had goosebumps.
A bit like Arsenal's.
Jim, I think the gardener's here.
Oh, is he?
I think so. I don't know if he's mowing around what's out there. I don't know. Big up, Ian.
While you talk, I'll have a look.
All right, big up, Ian. Good to see you. He says, still that doubt if we've done enough. Look, I think we could have won 6-0, and we're always going to think, oh, my God, have we done enough? Because that's our sort of PTSD of being a Spurs fan. Big up to you, Cole Simpson. Says, I swear we could win 10-0 and people would still moan. Oh, well, we let them get a lucky consolation goal, and they're good at home, but they won't stop us from scoring. I agree. I think we score most games, and I think we definitely will score at their place. Daniel says Bodø were there for the taking. We should have put them away and leave this game in the Arctic Circle already wrapped up. They are scarily good at home. They haven't played us yet, though. They said Frankfurt were good at home and don't concede. Kate Jimbo, it's Smithster says 2 things today is a good day to be alive, and I hope you've done your minute silence this morning for the Pigeon Appreciation Society. 38 seconds and an assist, just saying yes. I was still on the phone to Amelia when the goal went in. I screamed down the phone. Great assist as well and a great goal. I mean, Johnson's been getting some stick as always, but you know what? He does what he does and he scored. You know, what more do people want? I feel so sorry for this kid. All the while he's scoring goals, I'm leaving him alone. Paul G says they have won 30 out of 37 at home, but I'm confident a 2-goal lead is enough. Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think we score at their place, and I'm confident we can get a draw at least. So that would be enough. So, you know, but like I say, we've got 6 days till the second leg. Let's just enjoy the win. Big up Martin Knightsbridge. Good to see you, sir. Don't underestimate the loss of Madders and Dom. Yeah, this is what I said. I think if Madders and Dom don't go off, we win that comfortably. I think we don't concede, but I think we score at least 1 or 2 more goals because you saw the dynamic of the game change when they went off. But they were full substitutions. What can we do? But I think, you know, as far as I'm aware, the news has come out that they're both okay. I think Jimbo said that Andrew said they're both okay. So they should be here for the second leg, please God. But I thought Madders had a good game. I mean, Jim, did you say that Madders and Dom were okay?
Yeah. Ange said that he thinks they're going to be fine.
I did say to you at the time.
Say again.
I did say to you at the time, I thought Madders was precautionary.
Yeah, he just said that I think it was Madders had a sore leg. And what's his name was a bit tight, so they just took him off to be be cautious. What's he saying? Facts about them being at home, right?
No, he's saying we're 2 goals up. We need to have some chest.
Oh, all right. I was going to say their home record is good, right? But look, are they playing at home? They've beat some good teams there, but they're not in the caliber of Spurs. We will go there and we will beat them.
Well, as I just said, I think I comfortably think we can get a draw. So that would be enough.
Okay, we won't get a draw. We'll beat them.
I'm not saying we will, but I'm saying I think we can get a draw, which means that would be enough. And I think we can win, but I think we will. We are more than capable of getting a draw.
Yeah.
So Paul says it's not even as cold as people make out. I think it's 5 degrees, barely -20. Oh, I read that it was freezing over there. So people are exaggerating, obviously. George says, can win it now. If only Man United in the way. Angie's blessed. Look, Man United showed last night they can play. They're a good team when they're on it. Nobody expected them to beat Bilbao's 3-0. And yes, I know they went down to 10 men, but they still had to play well. They took the lead when they had 11 men against 11. I don't think we can disrespect Manchester United at all. And I would have preferred to be playing Bilbao, I think. But then at the same time, they're the home nation. Do you want to be playing them in the final? I don't know. Let's just wait and see what happens. The white wall was amazing last night. Big up, Jesse. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Hope your flu's a little bit better, my love. Angus says, fair play. I'm shocked you won, but Bodø at home are a different animal. God, I feel like it's Groundhog Day. Oh, hang on. No, it's not Groundhog Day. The only Groundhog Day is the new Arsenal pet, the groundhog. Segundo, Spanish for second. So that's the only groundhog we need to talk about. But yes, if I hear that one more time, I might actually scream. Matt says, I swear my fan base having more chess being 1-0 up than Middlesex fan base have been 2-0 up. Middlesex. The thing was, we didn't move, Matt. This is what you've got to understand. They moved the boundaries. You actually moved from Woolwich Arsenal to invade us. So, you've got to get these facts right. Big up, Paige. Congrats on the win last night, my lovely. Looks like it's going to be an all-English final if everything goes to plan. I think I don't think that's a massive surprise to people, but we'll see. The media bias over Spurs is now it's 3-1 to the other clubs. Great result, but Spurs we screwed up. I don't even watch the media anymore. I just concentrating on enjoying this win. Then we're concentrating on Thursday. See what happens.
I'm just a little bit. I'm a little bit shocked that people, because they scored, right? Tottenham leaked goals. I said I thought we'd keep a clean sheet last night, which I thought we did. But look, Tottenham are always susceptible to letting a goal in, and this team as well, they let goals in. So we go there and we will score and we will beat them. I'm not even worried about it. I'm not. We go there and we're beating. It's Bodø Glimt. It's not Man. It's not Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool. It's just a Norwegian team. They've not even got 15,000 live in their village, is it, or their town?
No, they've got 52,000 people that live there, and we've got a stadium capacity that's like 10,000 more than live there. So, Daniel says, I'm sorry, but what you're finding is a lot of Spurs fans inviting this tie dead and buried because of what Bodø was last night. They were putting it out there before the game. 3-1 would be okay. Look, I'm not saying it's dead and buried. I said on the terrace, there's always going to be part of us that you can't underestimate anyone because they have got to the semi-final. So they're not mugs. But I am still confident that we've got enough there to get through. And to have some chest. Yeah, well, we know what happens when you have chest. It always goes tits up. So Beyond says, enjoy the ride because you never know. And these moments only come around a few times in your life. Exactly. Let's just forget about the next leg for a little while. Let's just enjoy the fact that we won. And not only did we win, Sam Matterface said we played 84 minutes of perfect football. And I don't think he's far wrong there, Jim. I thought we were excellent until that two moments. Bozo moment from Romero put a bit of a dampener on it for me, but luckily it didn't cost us. And the goal, which was atrocious. But apart from that, I thought we were excellent last night.
It was a lucky goal, Kate. It did take a massive deflection. So, look, it's just football. 3-1 is a great scoreline to take there, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like you're going to a team that's never lost at home or, in Europe in 10,000 years or whatever. They do lose. And it was like Frankfurt. Everybody said when we drew 1-1 with Frankfurt, oh, you're in trouble now. We went there and we won. And we'll go there and we'll win.
And you've got to remember as well, when we beat Liverpool, Everyone was like, Liverpool haven't lost for so many games and they don't concede. And we got that one goal and we really put out a gritty performance against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. We did when we beat Brentford. We did when we beat City. We can do it. If we can get an early goal like we did this time, and just play that gritty back to the wall. It was always going to be quite attacking last night because he wanted to take a lead into the second leg. I think next week will be a completely different story. So look, let's just wait and see. I'm just enjoying the fact that we won.
I want to know where Joey Barton is. Are you watching, Joey? Let's have a little chat.
Giddy Haps, good to see you, says, I'll take Man United in the final, then the Spanish team. Spanish team dominate European football every year. If Bilbao goes through to the final, they have home advantage. That's what I said. There's pros and cons. The only thing with Man United is, of course, if we lose, we get the stick from Man United fans, but it's not for the first time. Is the Gardener all right? It was the Gardener, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's all right. He's good as gold. He's a good bloke. I like my Gardener.
Come on, guys. That's it, Smithy. You tell them. Let's enjoy the win. It's been 7 years since we were in a semi-final. I hate all this negative bullshit 24/7. Exactly. We can all moan. Things have been a shit. This has been a shit season. All we seem to have done is moan and groan and complain, criticise, but we've won. So, by all means, next Wednesday, let's start looking tactically and analysing it. But for now, I just want to enjoy the high of actually winning. I think we all deserve that high for a little while at least. What else have we got? Yeah, exactly, Smithy. I couldn't agree with Smithy more for what he said there. Sorry, I'm just listening, reading everyone's talking to each other. This is like when Chelsea fans and players were saying, no, we're just trying to escape relegation with 40 points. It's not, Matt. It's giving respect to a team that have got through to a semi-final. You can't just say, yeah, we're definitely through. It's like Man United. They're still not. A lot of Man United fans, well, most that I've seen are still not saying, well, we're definitely in the final, because these teams have got there for a reason. You can't just assume that it's all going to go your way. Yeah, and this is true as well. We had players who have experienced plastic pitches before with Tamworth, shit pitch, but we still battered them. Yeah, mind the pun, sorry. Their best players were out last night. They're back next week. They're going to be a lot better. Okay, Angus, you just worry about PSG.
Do you know what? These Arsenal supporters come in here and try and derail us, right? This is the truth of the matter, and this is fact, right? FACT, fact. You're 1-0 down, and we're 3-1 up in the semi-final.
I know where I'd rather be. But the fact is, I don't know what I was going to say, but yeah, the fact is that we showed you last night how to support a European night. Our tifo was magnificent. All the fans had flags. They all dressed in white. Your fans, you went 1-0 down and you never heard another thing. It was just like the library at Highbury all over again. It was pathetic.
And your cannon was droopy.
Yeah, I think that's a problem with Arsenal fans. I think there is a bit of droopiness involved. Jess says, come on, guys, let's come together, enjoy the win. Could still be something positive at the end of the season. Exactly. And Jess is a Leeds fan, and she can see what we need to be doing. I'm not going to have any negativity today. I've decided. There's loads of fans out there that want to. It's not even negativity. I just want to enjoy the win. It's been really hard on all of us. It's been painful, and it's affected a lot of our mental health, mine included. So I intend to be happy today. We obviously live rent-free in Arsenal fans' heads because they can't stop talking about us. But we struggle to even beat a bloody fifth tier. Daniel, behave. Just enjoy the win, and we'll worry about this next week. It's Bank Holiday weekend. There's reasons to be cheerful. Wayne Bonner, big up to you. Says, we're going into the second leg with an advantage. That'll do me. As long as we play the way we did last night, we should be headed to Bilbao. I think all-out attacking for the first half an hour, nick a goal, and then just gritty, 5 defenders, park the bus, do whatever you've got to do. But let's just get through to that final, because we all know on a final, anything can happen. It's a one-off game. And if the stars are aligned, it will be our time. And if they're not, then it will be just another bridesmaid. But let's wait and see. Yes, Angus, Ange did lose last time against Bodø, but it was with Celtic, not the mighty Spurs.
It's like it's anything to try and derail our win. I mean, I don't get it. We won 3-1. It doesn't matter about the next leg of the minute. Last night we won 3-1.
Rent-free. We should be charging Angus because we live in his head. Matt says, I've got to go. See you, Angus, Jimbo and Kate. I'm not going to have my mentality dropped to some of these fans in the chat. No chest and your 2 goals out. Arsenal, Spurs and Man United will make their respective European finals. VAR check is 6 years to 2019. Correct, Phil P. Woo!
I saw you last night, Phil. I was watching some videos this morning of like what's his name? We Are Tottenham TV were doing, and people like that. And I saw you walking down the high road.
There you go. This is my dream. Obviously not Man United, but Tottenham to win the Europa League and Arsenal to do what they always do and win nothing. Obviously, that's everyone's dream. But do you know what? Even if we didn't win the Europa League, Arsenal just to win nothing is just brilliant anyway, because every year the chest is out. We're going to win this, that and the other, and they never win anything. Matt says he thinks they'll win 3-1 at PSG next week. Party back equals party. We'll see. You have your chest. Yeah, Jess, hope you're feeling better. Angus, sorry, mate, I need you in the final, but should Barca beat Inter? Well, my choice is obvious. Jess, hope you get better soon. Dose yourself up on Sudafed. Some of their players will be back, but they still won't stop us from scoring. Agreed. Can we compare the Spurs tifo to the woolly shower curtain? I think what they did is one of the fans probably had a dirty bed sheet where they've been tossing themselves off, like at the thought of winning the Champions League. They took it to the local printers, had some sort of limp cannon printed on it, and just stuck it up. Embarrassing for a club of that size. I would have taken 3-1 before, and I'll take it now. It's a good result. Maddison, absolute class last night. Agreed. He really stepped up. You know, Jim, we watched his press conference after Range, and I thought he came across so brilliantly. It's the best interview I've ever seen with Maddison. And he really, really stood up last night.
Yeah. I mean, I said on the pump up on We Are Tottenham TV, when the team come out and people were moaning about the players, and I said, look, you know, this is the semi-final of getting to the final of the European Cup. These players are going to stand up and be counted. You know, Basuma, we know he can play football. He was really good last night. Madders was really good. You know, they turned up last night and got us the win we needed.
Yeah. David Clark, hope you're feeling a bit brighter, says, I suggest you look at the documentary of Bodø Glimt. I watched it yesterday and I was so impressed by the way their club is run and the connection between the club fans and players. I've got to be honest to say I won't be watching it, but I know that they're a good team. But I'm enjoying today. Big up to Bodø. Their fans came in force, but Spurs won. Let's effing go. That's it, Phil. That's it. And you know what? Their fans, I was watching them. They were quite vocal. Obviously, we drowned them out, but you could see they was quite vocal. Let the Spurs peeps enjoy the win, Angus, mate. Had plenty of pain. Exactly that. Okay, Angus. Okay, crack on. Obviously,
we got more chance of winning the Europa League than you have winning the Champions League. That's for sure.
I think most people would agree with that. Obviously not. Sorry, Paige. Serious note, may the best team on the night win. Exactly. I said it last night. I said if it's our fate to win it, we'll win it. If it's your fate, you'll win it. And we all know that Man United have going through a really bad spell like us, and yet they still seem to manage to nick a trophy every year. So, you know, you will go in as favourites if we do get to the final. But look, it's in the hands of the gods. Arsenal not getting past PSG. They're the best team in the Champions League and will batter Arsenal 5-0. It's got 5 on it. I hope you're right, Darren Fearon. That'll do me. David says, the documentary showed the day of the Lazio first leg. Middle of April, there was 4 foot of snow and a blowing wind. They battered Lazio and could have won 7-0. Snow is forecast next week. Hard game. Look, they play in England. They should be used to it being bloody cold. That's all I'm going to say about that. Daniel says, what's so funny is how triggered Arsenal fans are by getting criticism of their tifo. Even Arsenal know it was pants. I know, it's pathetic. Pathetic.
Well, the show we do next Friday, right? The show we do next Friday will be us in the final and them out of the Champions League.
Please. If they go out of the Champions League, we'll be doing a show before Friday, I'll tell you that. Big up, Graham. Sorry, I missed you. I was just going to bypass you then. How very dare I? Lovely to see you. Yeah, great result. Roll on next week. Smash the likes, people. If you want to see a trophy. Graham, 14 months a member. Thank you so much. We appreciate your support, everybody, because we know we're not putting content out left, right, and centre, but we don't want to do content for content's sake. I'm not just going to try and make money out of talking rubbish. I just want to do content when we've got something to talk about, like today. Smithy says, if we do Angus, I want you on Jess's stream with me on your knees apologising to Lee Smithy Smith for all the chest you've given me all season. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I know the manager and he's in Europe, he's crap. Well, he ain't doing bad. He's at a semi-final.
God, look, do you know what, Angus? You're just absolutely scraping the barrel. You're scraping the barrel to try and find things, right? You don't talk with your with truth with your brain. You talk with your heart, right? Where you hate us, so you're finding anything you can, right, to say something for us in your tiny little brain, wanting us to lose, right? Just be honest, right? Why can't you just say you did well last night? You won 3-1, right? You got a massive chance of getting to the final now, because that's the truth, you know.
Exactly that.
Look, we're in the semi-final and we're 3-1 up, but you're still giving it like it's because you don't want us to win. You're not speaking the truth.
Yeah, you can't take your you can't be unbiased, which is you know why you probably would never be a content creator, because you have to have an element of being able to say, you know, well, yeah, but you were really good, and yeah, you done this. All you do is pull us to pieces. You've had the easiest run. Well, who cares?
It doesn't matter if you had the easiest run.
We can only beat who's in front of us.
We don't pick who we play, right? The teams are put in front of us and we play them. So there's nothing we can do about that.
I mean, Arsenal fans, they're so funny. Yeah, Spurs DCT with Graham booked today as a holiday, so he's got an extra long weekend. See, reasons to be cheerful. This is what we like. Jim, should we do some player ratings?
Oh,
you
lovely.
said to me last time you wanted to do them. So shall we do some?
Yeah.
Okay. Please, in the chat, let us know your ratings as well. How you think our players did and who's your man of the match when we come to them. First off, we've got Vicario, Jimbo. Oh, hang on. Before we go on, Daniel says, I have to disagree. Ange ain't great. You're using Ange Celtic versus Bodø. We're really improved. He's already improved that by beating them. So using his Celtic experiences don't match up. Exactly. And you can only beat who's in front of you. But yeah, Vicario, Jimbo. How do you think he did?
I'm going to give Vicario a 9.
Okay.
I thought he was very, very good. I don't think you can blame him for the goal. It was a terrible deflection when it took it away from him. So I don't think he did anything else wrong. He didn't make any silly pass outs, did he?
No.
He caught the ball very confidently when it was coming in. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 9.
I'm going to give him a 7. I don't think he really was called into action much. They only had one shot on target and they scored.
He was very commanding in his box, Kate.
Yeah, but he didn't have to do anything.
No, well, I'll still stick with my 9.
They had literally one shot on target. Big up, Steve. Good to see you. But, you know, it's...
What's the chat saying?
I tell you what, I'll give him the 7 for. You could see him screaming at the defenders. And he is like a captain. I don't like goalkeepers being captains, but he is like a captain. He doesn't stop telling them what to do, cheering them on, shouting at them, organising them. So he gets a strong 7 from me, old Big Vic. See you later, Carl. Thanks for popping in and enjoy your meeting. How did Spurs play yesterday and who was the best player? We're just doing player ratings at the minute, so you might get a gauge, but we was good. Really, really excellent. Against a very poor team, but we did what we had to do and played really well. But So you've said a 9. I've said a 7. If you get to the person you think's man of the match, Jimbo, let me know. And next up, we've got Pedro Porro.
Man of the match for me, he gets a 10.
Go on.
I thought he was phenomenal. His pass for Maddison was just off the planet. It was on a
That
sixpence.
pass.
I just think he was good all round, Kate.
I thought that pass was utterly sublime. It was like a David Beckham pass, the way it was literally on a sixpence. But yeah, I thought he was excellent. I'm going to give Porro a 9 just because for that pass alone, I think he deserves a 9. I'm not going to give him man of the match. I'm going to go different to you because I don't want to be the same. But I thought he had a really good game, one of the best games I've seen from him. So yeah, he gets a 9 from me. Then we've got Christian Romero.
I'm going to give Christian Romero a 8.
Okay.
I thought he played well. He didn't block the goal, did he? Him and Bentancur was in front of the guy that shot. They should have really blocked it. And his stupid antics when he hit that guy for I don't know why. But no, the ball was nowhere near him, and he just smashed him in the throat. So he gets
I don't know why he does it.
I don't know what goes through his head. He has a spark go off his head.
Imagine if he got sent off for that. I mean, it was so pathetic. The guy didn't even have the ball anymore. Daniel says his 2 best players were Biss and Benny. And Jess says Benny was her man in the match. Romero, what did you give him, an 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 7. It would have been an 8 except for that bozo moment. But I thought he was solid. But as a captain, you shouldn't be doing stupid things like that.
No, I don't understand it.
Yeah, and as Daniel says, if he gets a yellow in the second leg, he's banned for the final. He's just got this bozo gene that every now and again he lashes out. And there was just no danger. I've no idea why he did it. So for that reason, he gets a 7 from me. I still think he was played an important part in the game. Van der Ven, old Mickey.
I'll give another 8.
Mm-hmm.
Was solid. They never did anything wrong, did they? No. So I'll give him an 8.
Yeah, I can't give him the same as Romero because he didn't do anything stupid. So I'm going to give Mickey an 8. I do love his runs. He was everywhere. He always looks dangerous. I will say Romero was close with a header, which he's due a header. He's knocking these balls all over the goal without actually getting them in the goal. So he's well coming up to a header. Hopefully it will be next week. But yeah, Mickey, I think he's one of our most important players. So I'm giving him an 8. Big up to Silent Violence. Says, blessed day to all. Got you all playing loud on the construction site. Everyone's locked in. Big up to everyone in Trinidad and Tobago. Hope you're enjoying the lovely sunshine. Then we've got Destiny.
You doggy. I thought he was excellent again. I really did. I thought he had another really good go. I'm going to give him a 9.
Okay. I would have given him a 9 if he'd have scored that goal. Because he went in at an angle where only Sonny seems to score from that angle. But I thought he was here, there and everywhere. Tricky, getting himself into a good position. So I'm going to give him an 8.
Your dog is just so nice on the eye when he's playing well. He's so enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I agree. And then we've got, look, hands up. I said, how on earth can he start Basuma? He's pathetic. And he actually had a decent game. And probably justified his start. So what are you giving Biss?
I'm going to give Biss a 9. He made a couple of errors, but not many. And I thought he was solid as anything. Like we know he can be. That's why I wasn't worried when I saw him in the lineup. If he has a good game, then you know, it gives us a massive advantage because the guy can play the game. So I'm going to give him a 9.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he justified his start, considering he hasn't actually played a lot of football recently. Anyone who saw We Are Tottenham TV would know that I was up in arms that he'd started Biss over the likes of Sarr. But I think he was good, solid, and we like to see that side of Basuma because he's very up and down this season, but I thought it was a good performance. Sam's giving Vic a 7 and Porro an 8. Then we've got a lot of people's man of the match. Old Rodrigo Bentancur. Jimbo, what did you make of Benny?
Yeah, solid as a rock. I'd give him a 10.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he was solid last night. It's the Bentancur we know. I thought he was fantastic. I can't remember him making a mistake.
He was back to the Bentancur before he got injured, like the first time.
Brilliant.
He looked really sharp, controlled the midfield. I'm going to give him a 9, Benny, because I thought he was excellent. But he's still, I'm just thinking, no, he's still not my man of the match, but I am going to give him a solid 9. Daniel says Benny was brilliant on the ball, in the tackle as well. He was brilliant. Yeah, he did. He just controlled that whole midfield, pulled the strings. I thought he was excellent. 10 from me for Benny. Anyone that knows me knows that I back him fully, footballing wise at least. Me too. I've always been a big fan. I know a lot of people talked about selling him, but I've always liked Bentancur. But he's starting to find a bit of form, which we like to see, and we need him to, especially with Bergvall looking like he's out for the rest of the season. We need the other midfielders to step up for sure, and that brings us on to my man of the match. I'm going to give it to James Maddison. I'm going to give him a 9. I just thought he was excellent. I thought he took a captain's role. I thought he was more of a captain last night than Romero was. He was tricky. He scored 9.5. I'm going to give Madders and give him my man of the match.
Yeah, I'm going to give Madders a 10 as well.
Yeah,
I thought he was fantastic, and there's something else as well. He was going to take the penalty and changed his mind and give it to Solanke. So I'll give Madders a 10, and it was back to the Madders we loved. He took that goal brilliant, because if you look, there was like three or four players in front of him. How he squeezed it through all them into the corner. I thought it was brilliant.
Agreed. My man of the match too. Creative, great finish. When he's not playing, there's a huge link. Yeah, I mean, we did the pre-match pump up, and we was like, oh, we need Madders to step up. There's not a lot of creativity. Has he got it in the locker? Is he going to do it? And he did everything I wanted him to do last night. And I'm not the biggest Maddison fan, but I think that this whole week, from the press conference to the little video he did for Spurs to the performance itself, he has been exceptional. And for me, he should have been captain last night and should be captain for the second leg, because I think he's warranted that from his performance last night. And he looked like a leader on the pitch. And yeah, like Daniel said, we saw what we lacked when Madders went off the pitch. We struggled to get the tempo back. I think if we didn't lose Madders and Solanke, it would have been a different story. I think we had full control of that midfield. And someone said in We Are Tottenham TV, our weakest area last night was going to be the midfield, and it ended up probably being our strongest, because I thought we literally bossed that midfield from at least until Maddison went off, for sure.
Yeah.
So, and that's how you can tell it was a great performance, because the whole game changed when he went off. El Dante says, for Bentancur, I think he won 11 out of 12 duels and didn't give up possession. He's so switched on the ball, and it was just him needing game time to get his form back after injuries. Yeah, and Maddison was excellent. Big up to you, Shemtan, saying, hope you both recovered from that excellent performance. Indeed, we have. Good to see you. Hope you and Mum are well, Shem. Beyond says, I think teams do that for pens to protect the player from being put off by the opposition or the waiting around getting to their nerves. Biscuits an 8 from Sam, and Udogi got a 7.5. Daniel wasn't impressed with Tell, but we're going to Brennan first. Brennan, the man who always gets loads of shit. Jim, what do you think?
I'm going to give Brennan an 8. I've heard people say that they were disappointed with him. Does what he does, scores a goal. He's good at doing that. He kind of drifted out the game a little bit. But I think he had a solid enough game. I'll give him an 8.
Look, for me, if you play and you score, that's what he's paid to do. He's our top goal scorer. I can't give him anything lower than an 8. I think he's always the one that gets a lot of shit from the fans. But he does what he wants to do. He was aggressive when he did that foul on the player and then shouted in his face. He's a young guy. He's very softly spoken and he's only slight in size. But my God, he loves to have a tear up when he needs to be. So for me, he gets an 8. I think this guy's getting better all the time. And I know a lot of people are giving me stick for that, but I do. I like Johnson. I'm not saying he's the best. I'm not saying we couldn't get better, but he scores goals, and that's what we want him for. So
I like him, Kate. I like him.
I like him as a person. I think he's very humble.
I like him as a player as well. I do.
Yeah,
I can't help it. I just like him. He just when we need a goal, he pops up.
He did drift out the game. I agree with what you said there, but you can't give him less than an 8 when he scored the goal, and it was a good finish. It was a good header. So yeah, he gets a solid 8 from me. Big up to the BJ. Then we've got Big Bad.
The fans were singing his name last night.
Yeah, and when they were all singing Madder's name, and he could see he really loved it that he was getting his name sung around the ground. Then we got Big Bad Dom. What are you giving Big Bad Dom?
I'll give Dom a 7, I think.
Okay.
No, I'll give him an 8. Took the penalty well. He was in the game. He does what he does, doesn't he? He's an important player for us. But it was a massive. It was such a massive change when him and Madders went off. I was really disappointed that we dropped off a bit when them two went off. So, but I'll give him an 8.
Big up Benji. Hope you had a nice birthday yesterday.
Yeah, happy birthday, mate.
Good to see you. Shem says, Mum's okay. Bit of course now fighting with social care services because they started charging her again. Just did my nephew babysitting duties now off home. We'll send her our love, bless her heart.
Yeah.
I'm going to give Solanke an 8 because, again, like Madison, when he went off, you saw how much the game changed. So it shows how much that he does. And I think we take Solanke for granted, and people moan because he doesn't score enough, even though he's hit the magic 15, Joey Barton.
Where's Joey? Joey, when you watch this, if you're not watching now, you have to come into a stream, and we have to discuss matters. And I know you're a man of your word, Joey, so I'm not worried.
I really like Solanke, and that penalty was as cool as a cucumber. We literally waited for the keeper to move and then just tapped it in. So yeah, Dom gets an 8 from me, and I really like this guy. I can't help it. And then we've got the pigeon, Jimbo. What are you giving the pidge?
I'll give him 7. I'll give him 7 for the assist. He puts himself about and gets stuck in. But he did his job in the first half, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he warrants a 7. I think anything
lower
would be a bit of an insult to him.
I agree. I give him a 7 because of the assist, and because whether you like him or not, and everyone knows I'm not his biggest fan, he plays with his heart on his sleeve and fights for that badge the whole time. I just don't think his ability is as good as we need. But I give him a 7 because, like you say, he got that assist. Daniel says a 7 as well. We'll do the subs. We've got Matthias Tell, Jimbo.
Do you know what? When I saw him coming on, I thought to myself, do you know what? This geezer's going to terrorise him down the side. And he was a bit disappointing. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, I agree. I really thought he was going to do. In fact, I'm going to go to a 5. I mean, Daniel says a 4, which is harsh. But I thought, this is a different dynamic. He's going to be more aggressive. He's going to get into him. He played for Bayern Munich, so you expect him to have, the European experience. But he just was a bit lackluster when he came on, and I was really, really disappointed with him. I like him, but I'm starting to think, do we buy him or do we go for someone better? I'm not sure. But then we had Kulu come on, which, again, a surprise. I thought he might start, but Kulu came on. What did you give Kulu?
He didn't make a huge difference, did he? I'll give him a 7. He nearly scored at the end. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, me too. I agree with you. He had 25 minutes on the pitch. Didn't do a lot, but yeah, he did nearly score. Maybe 6.5 for Kulu. Daniel saying 6 for Kulu. Paige is saying do not buy him. Beyond's talking to Shem. And then finally we've got Odebear.
5. I thought it was really very disappointing when he come on.
Yeah,
So
I
I'll give him
agree.
5. It's hard
I
though,
agree.
Kate. You know, I don't want to knock them because they're coming on for the last 25 minutes.
Well, he had 15 minutes, Odeberg. He
Yeah,
came on
yeah.
the 75th minute, so.
And they're doing everything to get a goal to try and get back in the tie, you know. So we can't be too harsh on them. So, but
Yeah.
I'll give them a 5.
5? You said 6 just now.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Did I say
Go 5.5.
Oh, I'll go 5.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same as what you did anyway, because I thought he might have more of an impact when he came on, but he was pretty non-existent. So yeah, and we've got to really go with Ange and you know, his team selection, everything, his subs. What do you make of his sort of overall
Well, I think
performance?
I think we got everything spot on, Kate. If you want to know the truth, Saar never come on, did he? So there must be a
No.
reason for that. But I mean, I've got to give Ange a 10. I think he got everything spot on. The subs he was pushed into, so that's not his fault. I thought the starting lineup. I said to you on the pump up. I like the starting lineup, and I think he got it spot on.
Yeah, I'm going to give him
He didn't do nothing wrong. How can you not give him a 10? He got everything right.
Well, I didn't like the starting lineup, but then again, who would I have changed? Maybe I wouldn't have started Richie, but Richie got the assist. So yeah, I'm going to give him a 9 because I haven't given any 10s. So I'm going to give Ange a 9 because, like you say, it's not his fault. He made the subs that you would expect him to make, but they just didn't really impact the game. So
yeah, but he was forced into them as well.
Yeah, he can only do what he can do from the sidelines. He's not actually out there kicking the ball. So I'm going to give Ange a 9, I think, which is probably one of his highest scores this season. Because, like you say, I think he got it right. I think it's fair to say that it's not a foregone conclusion that we go to the final. But I think also, although Bodø Glimt might say 3-1, we'll take that, I think they have got quite an uphill task for them because you've got to stop Tottenham from scoring, which is hard in itself because we do tend to score. So straight away, if you look at us scoring first, that's 4-1. So they've got to score at least 3 to get us to extra time and pens. So some
people are talking like we're going there losing 3-1.
Yeah.
We need 3-1. We've got a 2-goal lead. Right?
Yeah.
And it's not Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's Bodø Glimt, and I know their home record's good, but it's still Spurs against Bodø Glimt, you know, and we've got a 2-0 lead. If someone said to you, you've got to play them at their ground with a 2-0 lead to get to the final, you'd take it all day long.
Look, at the end of the day, I think it's not only they've got to play really well, which we know they can do at home, but Tottenham have got to be really bad or have a mad collapse or bottle it for it to be us not to get to the final.
If we don't get to the final, it'd be because of us, not because of them.
Not because of them. Yeah, I do agree with that.
When we went to Frankfurt, everyone was saying, "Oh, we'll never beat Frankfurt. They've only lost 4 times at home, you know, all season." And we went there and done a job on them. So I expect us to go to Norway and do a job on them.
Yeah, I agree with this as well. This is exactly how I was saying I want us to play. Try and get an early goal and then just back to the wall. If we need to park the bus, then park the bus. Just be more gritty. I think the performance against Liverpool, like I keep saying, the performance against Liverpool, Frankfurt away, that type of performance is needed. You know, the ball's going to be moving quick because it's an artificial pitch, but it's not like we've never played on an artificial pitch. There's one at the training ground, and we played on one when we played against Tamworth. So Daniel says, Jimbo, I know, mate, but this is how Bodø got to the semi-finals in the first place. They always win the tie at their place. Their away record has always been horrible. Yeah, but if they always win, what if they win 2-1? It's still not enough. They've got to score at least.
They don't always win. They've lost 7 games. So they don't always win. Look, Daniel, I'm going to have the faith in this team that they want to get to that final and they're going to fight their arse off and we're going to go there and do a number on them. I'm not even thinking about losing. I'm thinking about winning.
I kind of agree as well. An early red card or a red card in the game would be disastrous from us. If we can just play sensible, cool heads, and there's no reason at all why we don't get to the final. Big up to you, Ian Barron. Hope you're doing all right. So I'm all in all, it's a good night. And I will say, I think it's not unreasonable to say that's probably the best atmosphere we've ever had in that new stadium last night. Do you agree, Jim?
What did you say about the atmosphere?
Yeah, I said it's probably the best we've ever had in the new stadium.
Yeah, it was fantastic atmosphere. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Someone on Talk Sports said this morning it's one of the best atmospheres they've ever heard.
Yeah, it was fantastic from start to finish. It was. We've been watching all the videos this morning. El Dante says, "Come on, you Spurs! After last night, let's have some belief. We're going to do it exactly." There is also a little bit of news that Paratici, according to multiple reports that I've been reading, he has agreed terms to come back to Tottenham, which is, well, it says Fabio Paratici has agreed terms over a return to Tottenham. He is set to be part of a new-look Spurs footballing department from July, along with new CEO Vinay Venkatesham, however you say it. Multiple reports saying the same thing. Jim, are you pleased? I mean, I assume this will be the end of Johan Lang, which is I'm over the moon about. But hang on, Smithy's got to go. Big love as always, Smithy. Say hello to Leah for us. And take care. But yeah, Paratici, Jim, what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, he's brought some good players in. He's brought some rubbish in and all, but he's brought some good players in. He's got to be better than the geezer we got now. So, pleased to have him back.
Yeah, I mean, I think his strike rate is probably 40, 60 good. He has brought in some pup, but I don't think there's many people that can say that they only ever buy really good players. But I really don't like the recruitment team and Johan Lang and all that we've got going on at the minute. So I'll be absolutely delighted if he comes back. As I say, it's not just one report. There's report after report. I mean, one report says Lucas Bergvall signed his new deal knowing that Xavi is coming next season. Xavi wanted Porro, Kulu, Bergvall, Son, Reguilon. Interesting speculation.
Say that again, Kate.
It says that the rumour mill is that Paratici is coming back and Lucas Bergvall signed his new deal knowing that Xavi is coming to be our new manager next season. Xavi wanted Porro, Kulu, Bergvall, Son and Reguilon to stay at the club.
Reguilon?
Apparently. Ben Jacobs is saying Spurs sources insist nothing is yet signed with Paratici to return to the club, but talks have been held with Daniel Levy over a return this summer. Paratici has also been present at multiple games since March. Yeah, it does look like he is coming back. Look, we all know that Don Paratici has got, brought in Bentancur and Kulu, two of the top ones. So I hope it's true, and I hope he's coming back, and that we get. As for Xavi, we'll cross that bridge. I think it's disrespectful to talk about a new manager at the moment when he's just got us, when he could just be getting us to the final. Daniel says their last three Europa League games for Bodø, 5-2, 2-0, 3-0, would all be enough to either go through or go to extra time. Yeah, but they haven't played Spurs yet. Just saying. Big up. Go on, Jim.
Daniel, you're obviously really, really worried, right? Because you keep bringing it up about their home form and their scores. We will go there and score. I'm convinced of that. Right? They're going to have to play off the planet, and we're going to have a bad day for us not to go through. I just can't see them beating us. I can't, and I know their home record's good, but we're a much better team than them. So we should be able to go there and beat them. And when I'm saying I'm not worried, I'm not worried. I'm not sitting here thinking, oh, my God. If it was Real Madrid or someone, I would be thinking that. But no, we will go there and we will beat them. I'm convinced of that.
Paul Pablo says, hi, gang. Penalty was soft. They did get a deflected goal. It seems the results they turn around on this pitch, which is a unfair advantage, whether we can train on a pitch in our training.
Yeah, we've got artificial pitch at the training ground. I know that for sure.
It's not like we've got no experience of it at the end of the day. I don't think that's going to play that much of a big part. I think a lot's being made into it. I just think if we play our game in the way that we know we can, then we should get through to that final. And then, of course, we'll be facing Manchester United, which is annoying in a way because Tottenham are now getting more injuries, such as Bergvall, Sonny. Man United are getting their players back, such as Diallo, who looked really good. Was it Dallo or Dallo? I think. Look at Vindaloo coming in with a super chat. Big up Vinders. Our favourite Gunnar says, on holiday, on my way to the beach. So just a quick drive by. Big up Jimbo and Kate. Congrats on the win last night. I gave my full support during the watch along. Ask Jess and Smithy. Love you. Bye. Big up Vinders. Where are you on holiday? Let us know where you are. How lovely. I wish I was on holiday.
I love Vindaloo.
Yeah, Vindaloo. Yeah, thank you. Very, very generous indeed. We should have a couple of vodkas with that, maybe. Daniel says, Jimbo, I'm worried, mate. Do you know why? I'll be honest. I predicted Bodø to knock out Lazio, and I used their home record as my reason a week ago. I would sound a hypocrite to change my feelings now. I think
change them, Daniel. Change them. We are the mighty Spurs, and we will go there and we will smash them, and we will go to the final, and we'll smash the Reds as well.
I think it's reasonable to be worried. Number one, because Spurs have been so bad this season. Number two, Bodø Glimt are really good at home. And we've all got a bit of PTSD as Tottenham fans of blowing leads and not getting the results we need when we need them and going out to lesser teams. So I get it. I think you've got every right to feel a little bit concerned, but I think we have got
feel concerned. Be pumped. We will go there and smash them. Be confident.
There you go. Jimbo has spoken.
I've seen us win a European Cup, and I'm going to watch us win another one. Come on.
There you go. I don't know what to say to that. You know, Jimbo's spoken. But Jim, is there anything else you wanted to cover today?
No, not really. Just enjoy the win. You know, it was a lovely win. So we let a goal in. That's not unusual for Tottenham, is it? You know, to let a goal in. So we'll go there, be confident, and we'll be going to the final.
Yeah. Big up Johnny Bravo CFC says big up Kate and Jimbo. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Yeah, Jimbo's spoken. Jimbo the Oracle has spoken. And he says we've got nothing to worry about. So, you know, what can we say? If that's what Jimbo says, it must be true. But that was all I really wanted to cover. You wanted to do a quick stream. I will be putting out predictions online. Yeah, as El Dante says, remember when Jim said we'd beat City at City? Few agreed, and we beat them 4-0. Trust in Jim. Come on, you Spurs.
Yes. I just think that we're. I just think our name's written on this cup. You know, everything's gone so bad. Ange wins in his second season. Everybody's writing us off, right? We are a cup club. There's no argument about that. Even though we have won the league, we are a cup club. And I just think that we're going to win this cup. I really do. I can feel it.
Oh, you've even got Daniel believing. He's believing in you, Jimbo.
Come on, Daniel.
Paige says, look in your crystal ball. Can you see a red glare for Man United?
No, I see a white glare.
Kate, you said Bodø are good at home, so it's an advantage, this pitch. You agreeing? Yeah, look, it's an advantage to them because they're at home. Huh?
My answer is yes.
It's an advantage because they're at home, well, regardless of what their pitch is. So, damn it, Jimbo, work with me, says Paige. In Jimbo, we trust.
Well, I just think to myself, we're Tottenham Hotspur, right? We're a massive club, right? We are a massive club. We've had a terrible season, right? We know what we can do. These players they're not all shit players. Some of them are really good players. I'm not saying we've got world-class players in there, but we got players that are really, really good players. We're in the semi-final. We're 3-1 up. Why are we not going to the final? Of course we're going to the final. We're going to the final. That's it. We will go there and we will beat Bilbo Baggins.
Belgrade Wanderers says Spurs will have a culture shock in Bodø. I watched that team around 30 times since 2020. It's a completely different side. They come at you in waves and don't stop mauling you. Well, we can do that as well. So it looks like there could be a goal fest. It's going to be an open game. But look, as I said, enjoy the win, enjoy the bank holiday. We've got next week to worry about the second leg. For now, let's just enjoy this wave of happiness that we've actually won a game. I will put on our community page all the predictions for the weekend's football, because obviously it starts tonight. We are back on We Are Tottenham TV on Sunday for the West Ham pump up. And then probably back maybe Monday or Tuesday, depending what the plans are. Jim, anything you want to say before we go? Massive thank you, to Spurs GCTV for being a member for 14 months, and Vindaloo for the very generous super chat as well. Jim, what do you want to say before we go?
I want to say this time next week, Arsenal will be out of Champions League and Tottenham will be in the final of the Europa League with Man United. It's going to be an all-English final. But Arsenal, they'll be gone. Ping pong.
Yeah. Cheng's fine. It's me. I haven't been booking in prediction shows because we never know when we're going to stream at the minute, because everything's really hectic here. But he's fine. Unless the polar bear invades the pitch, abandoning the game, I see only a Spurs win. Yotta Villain Arc 2.0. Hey, Kate, I'm a Scouser. Just wanted to say I want to see Spurs win the Europa League. The tears from Arsenal fans will be so good. Yotta, that's my favourite comment of the day. We all want to see Arsenal tears at any time of the year, at any time of the day. They taste amazing when we drink them in. But yeah, thank you to everyone who's watched. If you haven't liked, please smash a like. As I said, we'll be on We Are Tottenham TV on Sunday, just an hour and a half before kickoff, to pump you all up for the West Ham game. Jim, do you want to end the show as only you can?
Yes, we will beat West Ham. They will be staying below us, and then that give us a good footing for Thursday, and we will go to Bilbo Baggins land, and we will smash them, and we will be in that final. Have faith in the cockerel. Have faith.
Go on, you're missing one last bit.
Come on, you fucking Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny, stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. The perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match.